All right, buddy. Hey, welcome to the call today. This is Troy Sinclair. I've got Blaine Glenn here on the line with me. Anybody got any questions? We're going to have some links either below or off to the side of this video. You can email us. You can check out the website. We'll be happy to talk with you. You can do, we offer 15-minute short free consultations if you have any questions as it relates to lead generation, marketing, developing a website, SEO, things of this nature. You'll see all that stuff at our various sites. So Blaine, welcome. Thank you for being here today. I've got a couple of notes. So, if somebody is building a blog and they're blogging on a daily basis, or they're doing short little videos like the ones that we're doing, or they're adding audio content, what can you tell me as an expert on autoresponders, as an expert on domains, as an expert on hosting, which I know you've been doing, your whole adult life, even though you may only look 12 over there, okay? I know you've been, I know you've been doing this a long time, so tell me a little bit about the whole hosting process, if you don't mind, and what do people really need to know, Blaine?
Well, first off, congratulations to anybody who has a site and a blog up and going. But there are a few things you need to know. One, your blog is really your online real estate. It's super important that you have control of this. So, first off, I know you can get replicated blogs through like WordPress.com, and those are okay, but you don't technically own them. They're not on your own host, and they can be taken away at any time. So I highly recommend against that. Next, you want to do basically what's called a self-hosted blog. They're really simple to set up, and we can talk about that in another video. But the self-hosted blog is missing the piece. You need the hosting, right? So this is basically a server out in some server farm and, grazing in the pastures and whatever. No, it's a building full of servers where they host people's websites. And on these server farms, you basically rent the server for a couple dollars a month. And they host your files and they're accessible through the web. But here's the problem. There's so many hosting companies out there. How do you know who to go with? And I've been doing it for over 14 years now, if you can believe that. And I actually even run a hosting company as well. But this isn't a plug for my own services. What I'm going to tell you is it's really important. You don't go with the cheapest host you can find, because a lot of times they aren't even set up to run a WordPress blog correctly, right? So there are a couple of companies that I'll recommend. There are a couple of companies that I won't recommend. A lot of times when you buy a domain through GoDaddy, they'll recommend their hosting. And I'll be totally frank with you, they have good hosting for certain people. However, if you're running a blog, their hosting does have some quirks to it that just make it a little bit harder to set up. And I'm not saying don't go with GoDaddy at all, because they are a good company. But however, you can go with somebody like Bluehost or HostGator, who are two companies that I would highly recommend. You can get their low-end package for about $6 to $10 a month, and they both have been in service for about 10 years now, and I use HostGator extensively. I know Troy used Bluehost, and we don't experience downtime. Once in a while you'll see a hiccup for about 5 minutes, and that's just normal. That's par for the course. But I've never had a site be down more than that. And the biggest thing that's great with these two companies is you do have amazing technical support. So anytime you have a question, you just go on and you can talk to them live and get your questions answered really, really quickly. On top of that, with this hosting, you have the ability to host videos, audio, whatever you want. You can host multiple websites on there. So you can have more than one domain and just stick with that same $10 a month host and have all your websites on there, which is really great. Besides that, I think the really other important thing is they do have what they call a cPanel. It's a control panel for your hosting package, and it allows you to set up your blog in about 5 minutes.
Really?
Advantage, yeah.
Wow. Hey, so let me ask you this. So I have heard people talk about having video hosted like on Amazon. So if people are creating video on a regular basis and they're using, let's just hypothetically say Bluehost or HostGator, can you host the video right there? Can you leave the video right there?
You definitely can, and this might even be a good topic for another video. But you can host videos right on there. They don't limit your bandwidth. I mean, as long as you're not really going over and file sharing, basically, you can have as much media on there as you want. In the long term of things, you may want to host your videos on YouTube for certain particular reasons, but you can do it on there. You can even host it on Amazon and have it show up on your blog that's on your Bluehost or HostGator account, and there's no problems with compatibility issues there.
Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate that. So I guess maybe one question would be this, Blaine. So I know that there are companies that are out there. I won't mention any names. There are some companies out there that are promoting and teaching people how to utilize blogging. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about this, I know, in another video. We already have it planned, that, how to blog over a long-term period of time to be able to create traffic, be able to promote your services. So you're really saying that even using one of those services long-term, it might be a tool, but people really want to have their own blog. They want to have their own hosted website.
Yeah, you want it. It's your online presence. It's your real estate, so to speak. So you really want to have control of that, so nobody can take it away.
Yeah,
I mean, that's really the importance of it. And yes, utilize these tools that will help you maybe build that blog or whatnot. But don't let somebody control your intellectual property, your piece of the web that's going to help you make money.
Yep.
It's a dangerous situation.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I've seen, over the years that, a company like bang, like that, they're out of business for some reason, whether it's a compliance thing, a government issue, mismanagement, banking, jeepers creepers. I've seen it all, it seems. So, I really like that. That's great advice, Blaine, staying in charge of your own blog so that, if a company does go down somewhere down the road, you've got a blog.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've got whatever it is you've worked on for who knows, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. It doesn't vanish on you overnight.
Right. And it's really important.
Okay. All right, buddy. Well, listen, I appreciate that. We'll see you on the next video, man.
Thank you.
Okay.